Except ang mga taga San Andres.
Ano? Ikaw?
Taga San Andres.
Dabang pwesto na daw. Mag-magapo. Mahali pa rin siya.
Excited na ako.
Oh, sabi na sila. Mga gato. Angel.
Hindi ka kasi sa
Madali ka kapag ko dahil.
Pangalit ko yung Angel.
Ang sexy naman ang buhay.
Pa-shoutout tayo dyan.
Sponsors. Noel Altamirano. Eileen Altamirano. Raul Marzo. Nawawala ang boses ko. Jose Marie Hernandez. Ronaline Hernandez. Rubenito Marzo. And then Mildred Marzo. So, kompleto po.
Okay. My name is Jose Ramon Noel. Will it matter?
Yes, of course. So, did we already inform the staff? They did you also. Okay, so na-inform the staff para makorek natin before you sign the certificate of marriage. So, ipapakorek po natin yung document. Kailangan lang po, lahat po dapat ang entries tama. Kaya in advance, I let you check the marriage certificate. Okay, this actually, this ceremony will last 5 minutes lang actually. Pero plus the lecture, it will last more or less 1 hour. So you have to bear with me, may lecture po tayo. The lecture will be an interactive one, meaning some of you may participate. But of course, the bride and the groom should participate. Okay, let me check first yung requirements natin. Okay, we have the Senomar. Negative naman parehas. Okay, let's start. So, I have the first two questions will be addressed to Jose Gerardo and Camila Angelica. By the way, Jose Gerardo, what's your nickname?
Jerry.
Jerry. Okay, how about you, Camila Angelica? Camille. So, Jerry and Camille. So, the first two questions will be addressed. Before I ask the two, Camille, Jerry, and Camille, sino po ang married na dito? I just want to know, okay, isa ang nagtaas, dalawa, tatlo. So, almost everyone there. So, ibig sabihin po, hindi kayo exempted sa reservation. So, pag hindi po nasagot ni Jerry and Camille, the question will be addressed to the married couples. Madali lang po naman, walang, actually, merong mali, pero hindi naman mali yung sagot. Okay, the first two questions. The first question, why are you here, Jenny and Camille?
To get married po.
Okay, to get married. Obviously, it's the purpose is to get married, but why do you want to get married?
Para,
Sige, yan ang challenging question. Why do you want to get married? Pag mali yung pagkat hindi ko narinig yung gusto kong sagot, I will not proceed with my marriage. With the marriage ceremony. So dapat tama yung sagot ninyo kasi hindi ko pwede iba't ito sa kanila. The answer must come directly from both of you. Okay, so what's the reason? Why do you want to get married? Sabi ni Jerry, sagot ka! Hindi na alam kung bakit gusto nila magpakasal, ha?
Ano po? To spend the rest of our lives together.
To spend the rest of your life. You can do that even without marriage.
legally.
Legally? What else? So sabi ko sa iyo, hanggang hindi ko nagugustuhan yung sagot or hindi ko narinig ang gusto kong sagot, I will not proceed with the lecture and eventually I will not proceed with the marriage. Sabi ko sa iyo, ang kasal natin 5 minutes lang, tapos yan. Ano yung lecture?
Night.
No, the answer must come directly from both of you.
We've been together 7 years na po.
7 years na, are you living together? No?
No, recently lang.
Recently lang, okay.
And, ang akin, ang marriage is that is the symbol para makumpleto yung pagsasama.
Okay. What else? So, ibig sabihin, hindi ko narinig yung gusto kong sagot. Your answer may be logical, but that's not the answer that I want to hear from both of you.
That's why,
Ayun lang ang gusto ko marinig. Baka namin ang isa't isa. That's the magic word. Kasi pag hindi ko pa talaga yung mahal namin ng isa't isa, parang bakit kayo magpapakasal? Hindi nyo naman pala mahal ang isa't isa. So that's the word that I wanted to hear. Mahal po namin ang isa't isa. So sabi mo, mahal ka niya.
Mahal ko din siya.
Okay, so let's proceed. What is marriage? What do you understand by marriage? Talagang recitation po tayo ngayon.
Marriage.
Yes. Nasa court tayo so dapat legal point of view ang gusto mong sagot.
Dito po yung ano, parang
Sige, parang ano yan?
magbubok lang sa couple.
Okay, it is a union. Tama naman, it's a special union between couple. When we speak of couple, what do you mean by that?
Kaming dalawa.
Okay, so ano ba ang definition of marriage? So sabi po na so marriage actually is a contract. But it is a special form of contract between a man and a woman, and the purpose would be for the establishment of a family. Okay, so ito na talaga ang gusto natin, makabuo ng pamilya. That's why we wanted to get married. Now, sabi ko, this is a contract. Why is it a contract? Bakit kaya contract yan? Kasi if you will notice, di ba, at the end of the marriage, meron tayong certificate of marriage. Meron tayong parties dito, sino yung parties kayo dalawa. So the contract will be between both of you, and then we have witnesses. Ang witnesses natin yung ating mga ninong at ninang. So actually, this is a contract. Okay, kaya lang, what is the difference of marriage to ordinary contracts? Ano ba ang kaibahan ng kasal doon sa ordinaryong kontrata?
I think, ano po.
Okay, can you please give an example of an ordinary contract? Anyone?
Contract of lease.
Okay, contract of lease. Contract. Pag pumunta ka sa SM, bumili ka, that's contract of sale. So, madami, contract for services. So, what's the difference of marriage between those contracts?
I think ang difference po ay lifelong po.
Okay. It's for a lifetime. So, sigurado ka ba? Sabi mo, lifetime. Ha?
Opo.
Sigurado ka, kaya mong PC ng pagbubuka ni kami kasi every morning pagising mo, yung pagbubuka ni kami yung makikita mo.
Opo.
Opo. How about on the part of kami? Kaya ba? Kasi sabi niya, lifetime daw eh. So, bawal ang sawaan. So, dapat hindi mo pagsasawaan ang mukha ni Jerry. So, kaya hindi mo napipilitan lang. O kakayanin? Kakayanin ba? So, yun yung difference actually. So, lifetime ito as much as possible. Walang magpapata. Kaya yung pag-iisa, ipisip ang isa't isa. Kasi nga lifetime. So, walang urungan. Kaya, anyway, hindi pa naman huli ang lahat. Hanggat hindi pa ako nagsisimula, hindi pa kayo nakakapirma sa certificate of marriage, pwede pa kayo umatras. Ano, tutuloy pa ba tayo?
Opo.
Okay. So marriage, again, marriage is a special form of contract, a special union between a man and a woman. Jerry, paano ka nakasigurado na babae ang katabi mo?
Po, judge.
Paano ka? Kasi sa Pilipinas po, we don't know if the law will change. But as of now, ang pwede lang pong magpakasal sa atin is isang babae at isang lalaki. Hindi pa po ina-approve yung same-sex union. But we don't know later on, maybe in the future, pwede pong ma-approve yan. But as of now, babae at lalaki lang ang pwedeng magpakasal. Otherwise, the marriage will be void ab initio. So, ang tanong ko sa'yo dyan, sigurado ka ba na babae ang katabi mo?
Po, judge.
Narinig ba si mami at si daddy? Baka kasi wala. Oh, okay, so pwede akong magtanong. So, sigurado ka ba na babae ang katabi mo?
Yes, ma'am.
Paano ka nakasigurado?
Ay, judge yun naman.
Okay, mami, no, pero kasi siya sigurado ka na talagang babae ka. How about you? Sigurado ka ba na hindi nagpapanggap yung katabi mo na lalaki pala yan? Ha?
Ano?
Sigurado. Okay, let's move on to another topic. Okay, what are the requisites of marriage? So for the requisites of marriage, we have two classes of requisites. We have what we call the essential requisites of marriage, and then we have the formal requisites of marriage. Meron bang lawyer dito? Commerce graduate, meron ba? AB graduate, wala din. Paul San, wala din. Masyadong matatanong. Okay, what are, so going back to our discussion, we have two kinds of requisites of marriage. We have the essential requisites, we have the formal requisites. Pag sinabi natin essential requisites, absence of any one of the essential requisites of marriage will make the marriage null and void. Pag formal requisites, the absence of any of the formal requisites of marriage will just make the marriage voidable, meaning valid until annulled. Okay, let's go first to the essential requisites of marriage. we have only two essential requisites of marriage. What is the first one? The first one is the legal capacity of the contracting parties to enter into a marriage. So, kailan natin masasabi na pwede na tayong magpakasal? Kailan?
Practically.
Kapag legal age. And what is the legal age in the Philippines? Parang hindi na sigurado. Anong legal age? 18 ba?
Yes.
18? Meron bang ibang sagot? Meron bang ibang sagot? 18 na rin. Bakit hindi kayo nakikinig? Okay, in the Philippines, the legal age is 18. Although sa ibang countries po nag-vary ang legal age, hindi po 18 sa lahat ng countries. Depende po yun kung nasaan ka, kung ano yung rule or law nila ba. But in the Philippines, the legal age is 18. So when a person reaches the age of 18, pwede na siyang pumasok sa isang contract and marriage sa contract, so pwede na siyang magpakasal. Now, when you applied for your marriage license, may hiningi sa yung document bukod doon sa inyong birth certificate. So what is that particular document? It has something to do with your legal capacity to contract marriage. What is that document?
Senomar.
Okay, Senomar. What is the purpose of requiring the parties to submit a Senomar? Bakit? Bakit pinagsasubmit tayo ng Senomar upon the application of marriage license?
Para malaman tayo kung kasal na ba yun.
Okay, para malaman kung may tao ng kasal. Why? Kasi in the Philippines po, bigamy is still illegal. Bigamous marriage is void ab initio. Walang visa simula sa simula. So that's the purpose kaya kung pinagsasubmit tayo ng Senomar. Now, what if may lumabas na marriage? What will be the impact? Hindi ba? Hindi ba i-issue ng marriage license kung may lumabas sa prior marriage doon sa Senomar? Matik ba yun? Deny ng application? Hindi naman. Malay nyo naman kung tapos na or terminated na yung first marriage. Kailan mo na-terminate ang marriage?
Nagpatay na yung...
Okay, pag may namatay na sa mag-asawa, what else? Okay, so usually tungkol siya pag nagpaanal and then pag namatay na. So instead, hindi outright hindi yan, but the local civil register will require the parties to submit additional documents such as a death certificate of the deceased spouse or kaya yung degree of annulment coming from original trial court granting the annulment of marriage. So yun po yung document. So pag nakapag-submit naman na yun, eventually ikakasal po sila. So that is the first essential requisite. That is the legal capacity of the contracting parties to enter into a marriage. What do you think will be the second essential requisite? Ano kaya yung pangalawa? Any guess? May gusto bang humula kung ano yung pangalawang essential requisite? Ayaw nila humula. And the second essential requisite is the consent of the contracting parties. So mamaya pag kinakasal ko na kayo at tinanong ko kayo, ikaw ba Jerry, tinatanggap ko ba si Camille and vice versa, ano ang dapat na sagot niyo? Okay, so dapat positive ang sagot. Pag negative ang sagot, wala tayong kasal na pag-uusapan kasi walang consent. Now, paano, pwede bang hindi umimik? Pwede ba dito yung silence means yes pagkasal? So hindi pwede dito ang silence means yes, ha? Oo, so pagkasal, pag tinanong ko mamaya, kailangan sasagot, opo, tinatanggap ko po si Camille or tinatanggap ko po si Jerry. Otherwise, wala tayong marriage pag walang sagot. Now, what if the consent is missing? Hindi ko alam. Tinatakot lang pala ni Jerry si Camille kagabi. Tinakot niya pag hindi ka sumipot. Papatayin kita. Something like that. O vice versa, tinakot ang tatay ni Camille, si Jerry. O, pakasalan mo yung anak ko, nagpipisa na kayo. O, what will be the impact on the marriage if there is vitiated consent? Pag may pikutan na naganap, anong impact sa kasal? Will it be valid? Napipilitan yung isa.
Siguro po, pag umuo,
Pag umuo, pag umuo.
hindi valid.
Okay, the rule pag may vitiated consent po tayo, the rule is it is valid until now. So it is a ground for, it's a ground for ano? So pwedeng ipatalify later on ang ground na napilitan lang ako or tinakot lang ako nung pinakasalan ko yun. So that is a ground. So pwede naman. Pero hanggang hindi pinapaanan yun, it will remain valid. So ang term natin actually is void. Let's go to the formal requisites of marriage. What do you think will be the formal requisites of marriage? The first one is the marriage license. So sabi ko kanina, pag nawala isang formal requisites of marriage, void na wala yung kasal. So, kasi ang ating pong marriage license, actually there are some situations wherein the parties may be exempted from procuring a marriage license. Kailan yun? Actually there are several instances, pero ang pinaka-common lang po, diniscusin natin. Ang pinaka-common lang is when the parties are already living together, cohabiting with each other for a period of at least 5 years. And at the time of their cohabitation, pwede po silang magpakasal, but they opted not to contract marriage. So in that case po, instead na kumuha ng marriage license, mag-execute lang ng affidavit of cohabitation, ang parties, yung bride and groom, stating there in the facts. Ano po yung facts sa state natin? Na 5 taon na kaming nagsasama bilang mag-asawa sa isang bubo. At the time na nagsama kami, pwede kaming magpakasal, walang hadlang para kami magpakasal, pero hindi kami nagpakasal. That will be the content of the affidavit. Plus, another document, we have a barangay certification to the fact na doon kayo nagpisan bilang mag-asawa sa barangay na yon sa loob ng 5 taon. So that will suffice. So pwede na pong i-dispense yung marriage license. Kung ako po yung magkakasal, pwede ko na i-dispense. Pero may mga judges po tayo dito na ayaw pumayag magwalang marriage license. But that is one of the grounds. So pwede hindi tayo kumuha ng marriage license. So aside from the marriage license, what else will be the essential, rather informal requisite of marriage? The wedding ceremony itself, and then my authority to administer or to officiate this marriage. Okay, you have any question? Yes po.
How easy is it to get a marriage license versus the 5 years?
Kasi meron po tayong process in the application of the marriage license. So usually it will take you 10 days, I think, for the processing. You have to file an application with the local civil registrar for a marriage license. Then I think you will be required to attend certain seminars before they issue the marriage license. So requirement po yun. Kasi kung wala po tayong marriage license and we will avail of the exemption na on the ground of 5 years na tayo nagsama, capacitated to get married but opted not to get married, pag yun po yung inabil natin, napo-forgo po yung requirement ng LCR. Napo-forgo po yung requirement ng LCR. Kasi ang LCR po, yung pag-attend ng seminar, requirement po yung para may-issue ka ng marriage license. So yun po yung difference. So hanap lang po kayo ng judge o kaya ng mayor na pwedeng napapayag na magkasal even in the absence of the marriage license. Okay. Now, balik ulit tayo sa marriage license. No? If the ages, nakalimutan na po kasi i-discuss, if the ages of the contracting parties is between 18 to 21. So aside, bago kami issue ng marriage license, the parties should secure the consent of their parents. So parental consent ang tawag natin yun. If the ages of the parties will be from 18 to 21. But if the ages will be 22 up to 24, then meron tayong requirement. Instead of consent, it will be parental advice. So without those parental consent and parental advice, pag po nasa ages na yun ang contracting parties, the local civil registrar will not simply issue a marriage license within the absence of the said requirement. So pwede pa rin po namang makakuha, but it will take a long process. Parang may publication po ata yun. Kasi hindi pinayagan ng mga magulang na magpakasal. So may publication yun. Mas makaka po yung proseso pag walang consent ng parents or walang advice ng parents, pag ang contracting parties is between the ages of 18 to 24 years of age. Okay, tapos na po tayo sa requisites. Now, let's proceed to the obligation of the husband and the wife. Okay, what do you think would be your obligation, Jerry?
To provide.
Okay, to provide. What else?
To love.
To love, okay. Ano pa?
To be naging hanigin ng tahanan.
Okay. What else?
And unahin ang pamilya pa.
Unahin ang pamilya bago sino? Bago
Ang
sino?
sarili.
Bago ang sarili. Okay. Meron ka pa idadagdag? Okay. How about the mail? Do you have something to add? Wala na, yun na? Okay. Bato natin sa mga married couples. Do you want to add something? Doon po sa mga sinabi ni Jerry na obligations ng husband and wife, parang lahat, naging binatad dalaga na uli. Walang gustong mag-add. Anyone? Sige po. Ay, wag makikiyapit. What else? will be a part of your obligation. Ano pa po? Makinig kayo, yung sinasabi nila, tama yun. May experience sila kaysa sa inyo. So dapat pakinggan natin kung ano yung sasabihin nila. Ano pa po yung obligation ng husband and wife na hindi pa po nasasabi or nababanggit? Wala na? Wala na? Yes? Meron pa pong idadagdag ng ating mga guests?
Share the responsibility.
Shared responsibility, yes. What else? Meron pa po ba? Nabanggit na ba lahat? Parang hindi pa po nabanggit lahat eh. Kasi ang guidelines ko po is kung ano yung nakalagay sa Family Code of the Philippines. Hindi pa po nababanggit lahat. Okay, so sabi po ng Family Code of the Philippines, actually one-liner ito. Sabi niya, the husband and wife shall have the obligation to cohabit together under the same roof. The husband and wife shall mutually observe love. Nawawala yung pangalawa. Hindi pa nasasabi. After love, ano dapat ang sunod? Yung pangatlo, somehow nasabi na kasi sabi wag daw makiapit. At pangatlo is fidelity. So it's related to pakikiapit. Ano yung pangalawang nawawala? May nawawala kong pangalawa. So what is the second obligation after love? Commitment? No. Narinig ko na yung word. It's respect. So love, respect, and fidelity. So yun yung obligation ng husband and wife. Bukod dun sa obligation that you must live together under the same roof. Meron na bang roof na tinirahan? Hindi naman sinabi na kailangan magpapay-ari niyo yung roof. So okay naman sa isang bubong lang. Ano? So meron na. Pwede naman makibubong muna kita daddy at mommy pag wala pang pambili. Pero make sure na later on makakalipat ang sariling bubong. So meron naman. Kasi that's part of your obligation to live together. Okay. What else? The husband and the wife have the obligation to mutually support each other. When we speak of support, lahat ng klaseng support na kasama doon. Financial, psychological, social, basta lahat ng kaya mong ibigay sa asawa, that will be a part of your obligation to him. Okay. So meron pa po ba kayong gusto idagdag na hindi po natin nasabi? Wala na. Actually, later on habang nagsasama kayo, matututunan niyo yan kung ano yung mga obligation ninyo as husband and wife. Okay, let's proceed to another topic. Get this. Okay, so almost po dito lahat married, di ba? Kunti lang yung hindi. Okay, nung nagpakasal po ba kayo, may tinanong ba yung pare, yung ministro, yung judge, o yung mayor sa inyo bago kayo nagpakasal? Meron po ba may natatandaan niya? O sige, ano po yung tanong? Normal po yun. Kasi mamaya tatanungin ko rin. Kaya alam po kasi hindi sa inyo naka-address yun eh. Sa tao naka-address. Yun po sa inyo naka-address. May tinanong po ba sa inyo yung pare na nagkakasal sa inyo? O kaya yung ministro, ano pa ba? Mayor. So meron po bang tinanong sa inyo? Bukod po doon. Hindi po yun ang tinutukoy ko. Ibang tanong po ito. Wala kayong natandaan? Okay. Kasi yung staff ko po medyo nag-volunteer na yung staff ko. Kasi there is a question addressed to Jerry and Camille in this certificate of marriage. So pinagsagot na po sila ng staff ko na gumawa at nag-prepare ng marriage contract na to. And all I have to do is to confirm whether or not the answer of my staff is correct. Okay, ano yung sagot ng staff ko? Sige nga, kayong dalawa, nakita nyo na, di ba? So anong sagot ng staff ko? Nakita niyo ba kung alin dyan ang sinagutan? Hinahanap nila, hindi nila makita. Sige kami, anong portion ang sinagutan dyan ng staff?
Certification of the contracting parties.
Okay, certification of the contracting parties. Can you read the particular portion? Para alam nila kung ano yung hindi natanong sa kanila kung nagpakasal sila. Sige, can you please read it aloud?
This is to certify that Jose Gerardo C. Apagon and I, Camille Angelica Manzo, both of legal age, of our own free will in the court and in the presence of the persons solemnizing this marriage, and of the witnesses named below, take each other as husband and wife and certifying further that we have entered a copy of which is hereto attached, have not entered into a marriage settlement.
Okay. So anong pinili ng staff ko?
Have not entered
Okay, have not entered into a marriage settlement. Tama ba yung sagot ng staff ko? Okay, so what do you understand by marriage settlement? What do you understand by marriage settlement? ng marriage settlement. So, parang masagot natin ang tama yan, dapat alam nyo ang ibig sabihin ng marriage settlement. So, what is marriage settlement? There's another term na pamilyar tayo doon sa marriage settlement. So, anyone, marriage settlement, uso sa mayayaman yan. Prenuptial agreement. Tama ba yung sagot ko? May prenuptial agreement pa kayo? Wala. So, tama ang sagot ng staff ko. Okay. Kailan ba, kasi if there is a prenuptial agreement, you have to submit it to the court so that it will be attached to the marriage contract and it will be registered together with the marriage contract. In the absence of any prenuptial agreement or marriage settlement, we will be applying the default rule. Do you know what is the default rule right now? I'm sorry. Medyo outdated na po ata yung alam natin. It's not the conjugal partnership of case, but it is the absolute community of property. Have you heard absolute community of property? O bago ito? Bago ba sa pandinig niyo yung absolute community of property? Okay. Kasi marriage settlement, it has something to do with the property relationship of the spouses. And this is very useful upon the termination of marriage. Sabi nga po natin, na-terminate ang marriage upon the death of the spouse and kung meron po tayong anak. Okay. Now, kung wala ng prenuptial agreement, marriage settlement, the default rule now is the absolute community of property. So instead of conjugal property ang term, we should say community property. Now, ang tanong, how are we going to distinguish a community property from an exclusive property? Kasi under this rule po, yung absolute community of property, we have two kinds of properties. The first one is the community property, and the second one is what we call the exclusive or paraphernal property. Pag sinabi po natin community property, these are the properties jointly owned by the husband and the wife. So, hati kayo dito pag community property. Pag exclusive or paraphernal property, this property belongs solely to the husband or to the wife to the exclusion of one another. So, sa wife lang or sa husband lang pag po exclusive or paraphernal properties. Ngayon, paano natin malalaman? Alin ba ang exclusive? Alin ba ang community property? Siyempre, hindi pa din alam. Okay. There are only two golden rules to remember for the determination of what property is a community property. So, I will be giving you the two golden rules. This is very easy to remember. Hindi to kayang kalimutan, madaling tandaan. Okay. The first rule. All the properties acquired during the celebration of marriage shall form part of your community properties. Tagalogin po natin para mas maliwanag. Lahat ng ari-arian na inyong mapupunta habang kayo ay may asawa, yun ay sa inyong mag-asawa. Okay. Maliwanag ang first rule. Okay. Let's proceed to the second rule. The second and the last rule. All the properties acquired prior to the celebration of your marriage shall likewise form part of your community property. Lahat ng ari-arian ninyo nang kayo ay binata at dalaga pa, pag kayo ay nag-asawa na, sa asawa nyo na rin yun. Tutuloy pa. Sigurado kayo, tutuloy pa. Di ba parang unfair yun? Property mo nang binata ka pa. Property mo nang dalaga ka pa. Wala namang kahirap-hirap yung asawa mo. Pero pag pinakasalan mo siya, yung property mo nung dalaga ka pa, sa kanya na rin. Okay lang, tutuloy pa. Parang si ano lang, parang pumapayag lang, si Jerry. So yun po yung rule natin sa community properties. So medyo malawak po yung sakop niya. Unlike sa conjugal, kasi iba po yung rule sa conjugal properties. Sa conjugal properties, ang property mo ng dalaga at binata ka pa, yun ay sa'yo. That will be a part of your exclusive. Hindi mapupunta yun sa asawa mo when you get married to. Yun po yung difference ng community at ng conjugal. Kaya ang sinasabi ko nga, hindi ba masama sa loob ninyo na yung ari-arian ninyo habang dalaga pa kayo, mapupunta na dun sa katabi mo. Ha? Okay lang? Wala yung problema kung medyo hindi ganun ka-well off yung mga nagpapakasaling issue yan. Pero pag well off kasi, parang nagiging issue kasi parang unfair naman, hindi naghirap yung asawa. Pag instant, meron siyang property pag nagpakasal siya sa isang mayaman, di ba? Kaya usually po yung mayayaman na yung prenup. And the intention is to protect their properties. Just like, si Harvey Bondelisa may prenup yan. Sino po bang may prenup? Si Chris Aquino, when she get married to James, wala siyang prenup. Kaya nung nag-annulment sila, may property si Chris Aquino na nakuha ni James siya because of that. Okay, so tutuloy pa. Despite the rules on the absolute community of properties, okay lang sa inyo. So may tanong ba tayo doon sa absolute? By the way, the cut-off, yung cut-off natin ng conjugal partnership of gains at saka ng absolute community is the effectivity of the family code of the Philippines. The calling point is date of marriage, effectivity of the family code of the Philippines. Kailan po ba naging effective ang family code of the Philippines? It became effective on August 3, 1988. So, time pa po ni Cory Aquino yan. So, yan na po ang ginagamit up to the present unless po na ma-amend uli ang ating family. Okay, so wala po tayong basyon sa community properties. Alam na kung anong composition. Let's proceed to exclusive property. So, pwede pa natin mo consider na ating lang na hindi kakati ang ating mga kasama. So, meron pa ba? Meron na ating conflict na lang. Okay, the first example, personal belongings of the husband and wife. So, pag personal belonging exclusively used by the husband, kay husband yon, exclusively used ni wife kay wife yon. Do you want an example? Toothbrush. Brief, panty, bra. Yan yung mga exclusive properties. How about jewelries? Natingin nyo ang jewelries. Halimbawa, excuse me. Halimbawa may hikaw si Camille. May hikaw ka ba ngayon? Halimbawa may hikaw si Camille. Si Camille lang ang gumagamit ng hikaw niya. Kanina may hikaw. Camille ba? Ayun po yung hikaw. Kung si Camille po ay may ginagamit na hikaw ngayon. Si Camille lang ang gumagamit ng hikaw ngayon. At yung hindi naghihikaw. Si Jerry. So kanina yung hikaw. Is it exclusive or community? That's the exception to the rule. Jewelries are always presumed to be a part of the community property. Ayan, Jerry, okay lang. Bigaluhan mo ng bigaluhan. Kasi may 50% ka dun sa jewelries na. Okay, maliwanag yun?
Yes.
Then the last example for the exclusive properties. Ito po medyo importante dito. All properties acquired during the marriage, and the mode of acquisition is through gratuitous title, shall form part of the exclusive property of the spouse recipient. Naintindihan po kung ano yun? So, the first keyword is it must be during the marriage. Then, the mode of acquisition is gratuitous. Ano po bang ibig sabihin ng gratuitous? Nakakuha ka ng property na wala kang binabayaran sa nagbigay. But of course, you have to pay for the taxes. May taxes tayong babayaran. Pero doon sa nagbigay, wala kang binayad. We have two known modes wherein we can acquire property gratuitously. One is mana, second is donation. So, yan po dalawang yan. Okay. So, pag yan ay binana mo, may asawa ka na nung binana mo, that will be your exclusive property. Pero pag ang property ay minana mo nung ikaw ay binata at dalaga pa, that will fall on rule number 2 of community properties. Maliwanag ang distinction. Punta po tayo sa conjugal. Sa conjugal properties po, basta mana, basta bigay, yun po ay laging exclusive. Hindi po yung nagiging conjugal property. Yun po yung primary distinction ng absolute community of property and ng exclusive property. Maliwanag tayo sa composition.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's put this into application. So, kailan sabi ko po, useful yan upon the termination of marriage. So, kailan nga po ulit na-terminate ang ating marriage? We have two instances. Annulment and then death. Okay. How about have you heard legal separation? Sa legal separation po, unlike annulment, ang marriage bond po is hindi napuputol. But the property relationship, mapuputol po yan. So meaning you are allowed to live separately, but the marriage bond still exists. So pag legal separation, hindi ka pwedeng mag-asawa ng partner. Pero putol ang property relationship. That's the difference between legal separation and annulment. Okay. So concentrate po tayo sa annulment and death. Okay. So doon po tayo sa parehas na buhay. So annulment muna tayo. annulment po, so usually may file yan ng vacation na annulment sa RTC. So, parehas po na bunga yung parties. So, kanino po mapupunta ang exclusive property ni husband pag may annulment? Kanino mapupunta yun? Ni husband, of course, exclusive na yan. How about the exclusive properties ni wife? Kanino ang punta? Kay wife. How about the community properties?
Sure.
Okay. Ang rule po natin pag may pending cases ganito. If the parties agree to distribute their property in any percentage, kahit pa sabihin natin 90% kay wife, 10% kay husband, or 70% kay husband, 30% kay wife, as long na nagkakasundo sila, isubmit na yung compromise agreement with respect to the properties, it will just be simply approved by the court. So kailan tayo darating sa punto na 50-50? Pag nagbabangayan na silang dalawa at hindi sila magkasundo kung paano hahatiin ng kanilang properties. So doon papasok naman, papipilitan po ang ating court na i-apply ang law. So it will be divided 50-50 after the deduction of the legend of the children, yung common children. May set aside po sa community properties for the common children para sa kanilang living expenses, education, etc. Then the rest will be distributed 50-50. Okay, so that is how we divide our properties in case of annulment. So walang masyadong problema kasi sa annulment. Punta tayo sa debt. So debt, so kailangan may mamatay. So sino kaya ang papatayin natin? Let's kill the husband, of course. Natawa si Jerry. Kasi sa example ko po, never ako nag-kill ng wife. I always kill the husband. Okay, so kanino po ang punta ng exclusive property ni wife?
Pag si wife yung nawala.
Hindi nga. Pinatay ko nga kasi si husband. Ba't pa gusto ko sabihin si wife? Pinatay ko si husband. So kanino ang punta na exclusive property ni wife?
Kay wife.
Okay, kay wife. Wala pong question doon ha. Basta exclusive kung sino may-ari doon ang punta. How about the exclusive properties ni husband? Kanino po ang punta?
Kay wife.
Kay wife? Any other answer? Napapatingin si Jerry sa likod.
Saan?
Hindi ba dapat makita?
Sa mga anak.
Sa mga anak. Okay. Ang sagot, ang boses ko, may kasal pa po ako after this, pero ang boses ko parang mauubos na. Okay. Sagot is legal heirs. Ang legal heirs po natin na composition will depend as who survived the decedent. Pag sinabi ko pong decedent, yun yung naman. As to who survived the decedent at the time of death. So usually, meron po tayong tinatawag na testate succession, then we have intestate succession. Pag sinabi ko pong testate, yung namatay, meron siyang last will, pero itatabi po natin yun. Kasi sa mayayaman ng pulis, yung bilansi. Doon po tayo sa mga ordinaryong tao, yung walang last will and testament. So we have intestate succession. Are you aware of the order of intestate succession? Order? Hindi. Okay, ano po ba yung order natin ng intestate succession? The order will be like this. It will descend, it will ascend, then it will spread sideways. So baba, taas, spread sideways. That is the order of intestate succession. That is with respect to our blood relatives, yung pong ating mga kadugulan. Kasi meron po tayong tagapagmana na hindi natin kadugo. Sino po yung tagapagmana natin hindi natin kadugo? Ang inlo. Pamamanahan mo ang ano? Ang inlos mo? Sino ang tagapagmana natin na hindi natin kadugo? We have our spouse. Kadugo po ba yung asawa mo? Ang ating lang pong tagapagmana na hindi natin kadugo is yung ating mga asawa. Kasi she or he is our relative by affinity or by law. Yung lahat po ng kadugo natin, it is relative by consanguinity. So yung ating legal wife, ang term ko po is legal wife, is a constant heir. As long that she is the legal wife. Regardless of whether or not she is separated from her deceased husband. So basta po asawa yan, kahit pa ilang taong magkahiwalay, kahit pa ilang buwan magkahiwalay, as long na siya ang legal na asawa, she is entitled to succeed to the properties, to the estate of the deceased husband. So constant po siya. Together with the blood relatives. Now, in the application of the intestate succession, so may order po tayo. So bababa muna siya. So ibig sabihin, pag meron pong anak, merong apo, they will be the heirs together with the wife. Kailan lang po pwedeng magman together with the wife? Legal wife, syempre. Hindi pwedeng common law spouse, ha? Dapat kasal. Hindi dapat legal wife lang ang pwedeng magpatay. Okay. So the legal wife will succeed together with the blood relatives, descendants muna. Pag sila lang yung present, pag merong legal wife may children, ang ratio natin ang hatian is 1:1. 1:1:1:1. Depende kung ilan sila. Pero naiiba po yung ratio na yun, depende sa kung sinong natitira. Pero yung basic po nating ratio, 1:1. So kung may 4 na anak, pero isang legal na asawa, syempre isa lang ang legal na asawa, so divided by 5 po yung ST. Equally divided yun. This is with respect to the exclusive properties of the deceased husband. Exclusive po yung pinag-uusapan pala natin, ha? Exit ba tayo ng pera? Okay. So yun yung rule natin. Kung wala mong descendants, tataas mo ngayon yan. Pag tumaas yan, pag buhay pa yung parents, and then we have the grandparents, sila po ang magsasucceed together with the one. Pero ang ratio po niyan, depende po sa situation. So we have to consult our civil code, rather the family code of the Philippines for the sharing. Okay, basta ang basic po is yun ng 1:1 pag ang natitira lang is yung anak at saka yung asawa. Okay, pag wala na pong tao sa taas, it will spread sideways. So sino po ang ating mga collateral relatives? Siblings, brothers, sisters, and we have our niece, nephews, aunts, uncles, etc. Kaya lang po ang rule natin sa ating collateral relatives, yung pinakamalapit, they will exclude yung malalaki. Except of course, sa ating mga kapatid na mayroong right of representation. Pag po sinabi ng right of representation, pwede pong i-represent sila ng kanilang mga anak. Yun po yung right of representation. So maliwanag po ang ating order of succession. What if there is an illegitimate children? Paano po pag may illegitimate children? Kasama ba yun? Hahatian po ba yun? Magmamana ba sila? The answer is yes. But the ratio is only 1/2. 1/2 is 2:1. So kung gaano po kadami yung illegitimate, hindi agad tayo ng 1/2, 1/2, 1. Other wife, the mistresses, they are not entitled to succeed to the properties of the deceased. Okay, so maliwanag po yung sharing natin. Napali yung boses ko. Maliwanag po yung sharing natin sa exclusive. Okay, let's proceed to the community properties. So anong gagawin naman natin? So maliwanag na tayo sa exclusive kung paano natin nahati. How about the community properties? For the community properties, so sabi po natin, this belongs to the husband and wife. 50-50 sila. So the first thing we have to do is to divide it into 2. Why? Kasi ang namatay lang po naman, yung husband. Ang subject lang ng succession, yun lang property ni husband. So yung matik, yung 50% pertaining to the share of the wife, automatic sa kanya po ang punta. And the 50% pertaining to the share ni husband, ganun din po ang distribution, katulad ng exclusive property. So minsan po may nagtataka, bakit malaki ang share ni wife doon sa property na yun? That is because that is considered as community or conjugal property as the case. Yun po yung reason, kaya nakakalaki ng shares. Okay. May tanong ba? Okay, kung wala pong tanong, we can proceed to the marriage ceremony. Sabi ko, 5 minutes. Matatapos pala natin before 10. Kasi 5 minutes ko lang sila ikakasal. Ang matagal lang po kasi is lecture. Okay. Jerry, Camille, together with the principal sponsors, please rise. All the rest may remain seated. Okay, meron po bang tumututol sa gagawin nating kasalan ngayong umaga dito? Wala kayong iniwan sa labas, ha? Baka yung tututol ay nasa labas pala, iniwan sa gate, at hindi na pinapasok. Wala. Kasi kami, walang naiwan sa labas. Okay. Sa harap ng mga saksi na narito ngayon, ay hinihiling ko sa inyo, Jose Gerardo Cabanes Abagon and Camila Angelica Catena Manso, na buong katapatan ninyong ipahayag ang inyong intensyon, ang inyong damdamin sa isa't isa. Camille Angelica Catena Manso. Bukal ba sa iyong loob ang inyong pagbalito upang makiisang dibdib? Si Jose Gerardo Cabanes Abagon, ang lalaking iyong minamahal at nangangakong makamamahalin at paglilingkuran habang buhay. Jose Gerardo Cabanes Abagon, bukal ba sa iyong loob ang iyong pagbalito upang makiisang dibdib? Si Camille Angelica Katena Manso, ang babaeng iyong minamahal at nangangakong pakamamahalin at paglilingkuran habang
Opo.
nakahanda ba kayong dalawa na gumanap sa pananagutan ayon sa batas na kayo ay magsasama bilang mag-asawa sa isang bubong? Kayo ay magmamahalan, magpapakita ng respeto sa isa't isa, magiging tapat sa isa't isa, aaraguin ninyo ang inyong magiging supling, at ano pa? Ayun, aaraguin ninyo ang inyong magiging supling.
Opo.
Okay, maghawak kamay kayong dalawa. Ngayon naman ay hinihiling ko sa inyo na buong katapatan ninyong ipahayag ang inyong intensyon na magpakasal sa harap ng hukumang ito. Camille, sumasang-ayon ka ba na maging asawa si Jerry alinsulong sa batas? Buong puso mo bang pinagkakaloob kay Jerry ang inyong sarili bilang kanyang may bahay? Nakahanda ka bang balikatin sa piling ni Jerry ang pananagutan ng buhay may asawa? Jerry, sumasang-ayon ka ba na maging asawa si Camille alinsunod sa batas?
Opo.
Buong puso mo bang pinagkakaloob kay Camille ang iyong sarili bilang kanyang asawa?
Opo.
Nakalaan ka bang balikatin sa piling ni Camille ang pananagutan ng buhay may asawa?
Opo.
Nag-prepare ba kayo ng marriage vows? Okay, just repeat after me. Nawa kami maging isang puso,
Nawa kami isang puso.
isang kaluluwa mula sa araw na ito,
Isang kaluluwa mula sa araw na ito.
sa kabutihan man o kalungkutan,
Sa kabutihan man o kalungkutan.
maging sa kahirapan man o karangyaan,
Maging sa kahirapan man o karangyaan.
maging sa mabuting kalagayan man o kapag may karamdaman,
Maging sa mabuting kalagayan man o may karamdaman.
kamatayan lamang ang makapaghihiwalay sa aming dalawa.
Kamatayan lamang ang makapaghihiwalay sa aming dalawa.
Okay, put out your rings. Okay, yung ring na intended for Camille, na kay Jerry, and vice versa. Kay Jerry, you will go first. Huwag mo na! Okay, ready on the tip, left hand, ring finger. Wag mo na isusot, ready pala. Harap kay Camille, huwag sa amin kasi baka tayo maging mag-asawa. Okay, di kami harap. Okay, and then repeat after me. Camille,
Camille,
kailanman ay hindi kita pagtataksilan.
kailanman ay hindi kita pagtataksilan.
Isuot at pakaingatan mo
Sabi ko, kaingatan mo.
ang singsing na ito
Ang sisinay,
na siyang tanda
ang siyang tanda,
ng aking pag-ibig at katapatan.
ng aking pag-ibig at katapat.
Okay, you may put it on. Okay, Camille, it's your turn. Jerry, kailanman ay hindi kita pagtataksilan.
Kailanman ay hindi kita pagtataksilan.
Isuot at pakaingatan mo
Suot at pakaingatan mo
ang singsing na ito
ang sising na ito.
na siyang tanda
Siyang tanda.
ng aking pag-ibig at katapatan.
Siyang tanda ng aking pag-ibig at katapatan.
Okay, you may put it on. Okay, hawakan ninyo yung aras. Hawakan niyo na. After your part, you have to give the aras to Camille. Okay, Jerry, you will go first. Repeat after me. Hawakan ninyo dalawa. Okay, repeat after me, Jerry. Camille,
Camille,
tanggapin mo ang aras na ito
tanggapin mo ang aras mo.
bilang simbolo
Bilang simbolo
na aking pagsusumikap
ng aking pagsusumikap
na maitaguyod ang ating magiging pamilya.
na may taguyod ng ating mahigit pamilya.
Okay, you give it to Camille. Camille, your response will be, Jerry,
Jerry,
tinatanggap ko ito
tinatanggap ko ito
bilang sagisag ng iyong pagbibigay
bilang sagisag ng iyong pagbibigay
at pagtitiwala.
at pagtitiwala.
Naway matutunan ko ito,
Naway matutunan ko ito.
ingatan,
Ingatan
at gamitin ang wasto
at gamitin ang wasto
para maitaguyod ang ating magiging pamilya.
para maipagulog ang ating pamilya.
Okay, you may put the aras down. Okay, Jerry, do you have any message to Camille?
Ano? Yes, mamahalin kita hanggang ako'y laro.
Okay, yun lang yung message mo?
Apo.
Okay, what will be your response, Camille? To Jerry. So in short, magmamahalan kayo habang you may face your principal sponsors. Okay, kung may message po kayo para kay Camille and kay Jerry, you may give it to them right now. Sige po, bakit lang po kung may message kayo?
Hindi na ako.
Wala pong gusto mag-message. Kahit po hindi principal, yung iba pong dati dito na gusto mag-message kay Camille at saka kay Jerry, pwede naman po.
Camille, Jerry, pagmahalan kayo, pagbigayan kayo, may problema, pag-usapan kayo. Kayo lang mag-susundan at sana'y maging maligaya kayo.
Ako naman, sa Jerry, una akong parabi, si Mrs. ang batas.
Para yung happy party sa happy life. Of course. Okay, so meron pa po ba mag-message? Okay, meron pa po ba? Wala na po? Okay, so sige, harap na kayo sa akin, medyo may iyayin yung mga hinawan na. So tapusin na po natin ang ating kasal sa pamamagitan ng seremonyang sibil na to at sa kapangyarihan na pinagkaloob sa akin ng batas ng Republika ng Pilipinas bilang hukom ng husgadong ito kayo. Jose Gerardo Cabañez Apagon and Camille Angelica Catena Manso ay dinedeklara kong mag-asawa na. Jerry, you may now kiss your bride. So kindly check mo yung lahat ng entries. Na-check na naman, wala nang mali. So importante yan. Yung pangalan ng isang nilo, Ramon Cobel.
Ramon.
Paki-correct na lang. Okay, so balik na lang po ako. Pag-turn ko lang po na. Raul po, tsaka Marla. Kasi nakita ko nila dito. Pwede na po. Ang sunod po ay Jose Marie and Ronaldine. Roy Lico po and Mildred. Okay, so okay na yung ating, okay na yung ating marriage contract, wala nang error. Na-check na. Okay, so last lecture, last reminder. So parehas kayong Roman Catholic, just in case na gusto nyo magpa-church wedding, you have to inform the church na merong prior na civil wedding. Okay, why? Bakit kailangan nyo sabihin sa church na may prior civil wedding? Kasi if yung nabigyan na may prior civil wedding, anong gagawin nila? Yung marriage contract na pinirmahan nyo sa simbahan, they will cause the registration of the same. So pag release mo nila yun, that will cause double registration of your marriage. So it is for your own consumption lang, marriage certificate na issue ng church. So for all legal intents and purposes, your date of marriage will be today, December 12, di ba? And the place of your marriage is RTC Session Hall or simply Marawi, Pasig. Dahil ilang beses kayo magpakasal, hindi na pwedeng baguhin. Okay, is that Clear. Wala pa namang anak, ano? Wala. So again, congrats.
One, two, three. Smile. One, two. Okay po. Ayun.
Sabay ako. Bayaw, hindi ka. Yung kung saan ako yung kain. Ako na ba yung
Cellphone mo. At yan na nga mga beshi, tapos ng kasalan. See you my next vlog sa kainan. Bye!